And we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the third annual DOB Nationals. We are here for the feature race, the main event here on Thursday night. You join us now with a few minutes remaining in practice before the D main gets underway. In just a moment, we are going to go over the format for the night, but what you need to know is that the top four will advance out of this main. Joining me today in the broadcast booth is Luke Brightshoff. Luke, how are you doing today?
I am great. I cannot wait for these races to get rolling and for us to reach that A main. That is going to be one heck of a treat. I know that for sure.
We are certainly in for a good race. This entire week of racing has led up to this one race. Once again, you join us now in the D main. We're going to go over the format for tonight. So, we start off here with the D main. Once this race is over, the top four advance into the B main. After that, the top four advance into the C main. After that, the top four from the C main advance into the B main. Top four from the B main advance into the A main, along with the top four from last night's Hard Knocks Last Chance Lock-In Qualifier. The top 16 for this race, in terms of starting position, are determined by the top 16 in points following Monday and Tuesday night's preliminary races. We can go ahead and pull up the points here on the right side of your screen, and you can see the drivers that are locked in to the main event. Blake Cannon will lead the field to green. That's also the starting lineup. So you can go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup there on the right side of your screen, but there are still 8 spots left to fill, 4 of which are going to be coming out of the mains tonight. So, in just a moment, we're going to pull up the ticker, and we are going to get this race officially underway. Now, practice is listed to go on for another 15 minutes, but I have a feeling that that session is going to be advanced in just a moment. And I'm noticing now that I still have the voice chat on, so give us 1 second and we'll be right back. And we're back live here on TMG. I just got the issue with the voice chat sorted. I just heard Chris Roberts in the chat, so I believe he is going to be advancing the session in just a moment once everybody else shows up. Looks like it's only going to be an 8-car field for the D main, so it shouldn't be too hard to advance into the C main, but that is when the real challenge starts. We have 12 laps per main, and then we're going to go ahead and once we get all the mains done, we're going to go on to the feature race. All right, Luke, what are you expecting out of this race tonight?
I'm not sure. Some of these guys, they're in the D main because they just are not as fast as some others. But I think other guys are in this race because they've been involved. They were involved in accidents that they were not accounted for, or they missed their opportunity in last night's race. Like Tanner Koster. Tanner has had some speed all week. But just unfortunately, he was not able to make it out of the last night's race, and he's going to be thrown all the way back in the D main. So it's going to be an interesting race because there are some guys who are pretty sporty around here. They're just not in the. They just got unfortunate with luck, and I'm looking. The main guy here is Ernie Williams, as you remember last night, had a really, really fast car. So I think it's going to be a pretty split field between guys who are. I'm not trying to disrespect anyone here because I can guarantee you everyone in this race, everyone who registered for this race is better than me. But these guys are going to be. I think there's going to be a big split between the guys who are fast and the guys who are slow.
Yeah, Ernie Williams is definitely one of the drivers who has quite a bit of pace. We're definitely be on the lookout for him tonight. He will be in that number 91. So still 12 minutes remaining in the warm-up, but I think the session is going to be advanced. The way that this night is going to work is that each main is actually going to be hosted in a separate server. So between mains, we're going to go ahead and switch to an intermission screen, and you guys can take a break from the action. We're going to take a break from the action as well, and then we'll be back to cover the following main. You can see in practice it's Miles Jansen currently at the top of the board over Ernie Williams Jr. I'm going to go ahead and send Chris a message, ask him if he's going to advance the session. While I do that, Luke, who are you kind of looking at as a favorite to advance out of the session?
I said Tanner Koster earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and stick. It's going to be a close one, but my two picks for this race are Michael Hillman and Ernie Williams Jr., but I'm going to go ahead and take Ernie Williams Jr. in this one.
Yeah, Ernie Williams, definitely one of the drivers that I have pinged as well to be very, very fast in this practice session. At the moment, he is second on the board, but it's very close between the top two. Miles Jansen, also one of the drivers with quite a bit of pace. Michael Heilman as well. Really, all these drivers, they have pace, just they really haven't had that much luck during this event. Really, all the luck they have had is bad luck.
For sure, and I'm really kind of surprised at Miles Jansen's pace. Ernie Williams, as we've shown, has been fast all week long, so it's pretty good by Miles, and maybe he's the guy to look out for, but I still have my eye on Ernie Williams.
Remember, it is the top four, so half of the field is going to advance into the next session. You can also see on the left side of your screen there the 8 drivers that will be competing in this D main. 10 minutes set to remain in practice, but I feel like Chris is going to advance the session eventually. Just because there's only 30 minutes between each lobby. So, not sure how we can afford to have 20 minutes of practice, but I'm not the league admin. I'm just some guy broadcasting it. Taking a look at chat, see how everyone's feeling tonight. We're also live on twitch.tv/TMG_racing_network if you are curious.
And while we're live here and just kind of waiting for something to happen, I do want to go ahead and point out 1 year ago today was the untimely tragic death of Antoine Hubert. So just keep him and his family in your mind today as you go along. And so, yeah, it's kind of unfortunate day, but we should remember that Hubert's life should be celebrated. He was taken from the racing world and the real world far too soon. So, yeah, as we're doing nothing, I just wanted to point that out to everyone. Hard time for the Huberts today. So that's about it for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Keep him in your mind. Keep him in your thoughts.
Yeah, definitely a very tragic event that took place 1 year ago today. So we will race with him in our thoughts and in our hearts tonight. Still 9 minutes to go in practice. Oh, and never mind. Now it's been advanced.
Chris Roberts just advanced it. So we are getting ready for racing. I don't know how qualifying is set. I don't know if that was predetermined or what.
Might just be separate points. So here we go. The field about to line up, led by Justin Zapp. Never mind, I think it'll be Tyler LaPointe. Scoring was just off for a little bit there. We are about to go racing here in the D main. Top 4 advance, so that'll be roughly half the field. I don't know if cautions are on. I'd take a guess that they are. Here we go. Okay, and we get some confirmation in chat here from Cole Newhoffen that his last name is pronounced Newhoffen, not Newhoffen or whatever I was trying to say earlier. It is Newhoffen, so thank you, Cole, for that.
I believe he was on Monday night. Man, that seems like it was a long time ago. But
it really does.
It's just 3 nights ago. That's what school will do to you people. It's good for your education, but it sucks.
Who needs education when you got that broadcasting money rolling in? All right, here we go. Tyler LaPointe is going to lead the field to green here for the B main. Remember, top 4 are advancing into the C main. 12 laps of action ahead of us. Let's see how this goes. Hey, test first. Luke, I'm picking up a lot of feedback from your mic. Unless it's from me. Is it from me? I don't think it's from me.
Okay, hold on. Let me leave and join back. Let's. Hello?
Yes?
Okay.
All right, I think we're all good.
Oh.
So here we go. Lights are out of the pace car. We'll be going green this time by Tyler LaPointe is going to lead the field to green. Chris Roberts rounding out the field in 8th. Once again, top 4 advance, so keep an eye on that transfer spot. We'll have the ticker up all night long, at least through the mains. So for a good race.
Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Let's hope for a good race. Let's hope for an exciting race. LaPointe is going to lead the field to green. As previously mentioned, pace car going to make that left turn into the pit lane. Here we go. For the first time in the feature race, Pace truck is off, and LaPointe from the lead is going to stack him up and light him up. Green flag is out. Towards turn number 1 already. Good jump by LaPointe for second. That's Jansen on the outside of Zap. Side by side, a little bit of contact. Down the back, they're going to go 3 wide. Heilman looking in the back as well. Looking up top, nothing there. Through 3 and 4, Jansen gets the spot. Now Heilman to the outside of Zap. Side by side for for third. No battle going on at the moment for fourth, but if they keep going side by side for third, then eventually that battle behind is going to catch up to them. On the outside, Heilman has the run off the turn. He is going to jump up into that third position and is now looking after second. Lap 3 of 12 underway. It's
Ernie Williams to fourth. He's looking for it.
Here we go. Williams on the outside of Justin Zap. He's going to get the spot for now. Zap going to fight him back on the inside. This for the transfer spot. Trying to make that run work on the outside lane. Flyby of the field down the back straightaway. Hear those 900 horsepower engines roaring as they go towards turn number 3. It's Ernie Williams in the spot now, going down to the inside of Heilman. Back towards turn number 1. Williams is up into third.
Slide job.
Yeah,
he's gonna get it.
He's putting more cars between him and the transfer position. Now it's Michael Heilman, who is going to be in a little bit of a predicament here. He's going to be under fire from Justin Zap. Roberts up to 7th as well. Single file throughout most of the field, coming up on halfway. No battle for 4th at the moment. It's Heilman in the spot. Zap is looking after it as well. Keep an eye out for the drivers that advance out of the C main, because out of the D main, because if they get up into the A main and end up fighting for the win, that is going to be a good story to keep an eye out for. Zap back on the outside of Coster. Meanwhile, up in front, Heilman, I believe he is going for the move on Williams, but it did not work out, and now Ernie Williams gaining on Miles Jansen for second. Williams to the outside, going to try and cross him over on exit, and up and over goes Justin Zap.
And the second place is wrecked out.
Oh!
Miles Jansen.
Jansen with issues. Oh, and this is heartbreak for Justin and Zap. Both of those drivers were basically safe in the transfer spot. Specifically, Zap, and Coster has had an issue as well. Oh my goodness, it is chaos here in the D main. 2 drivers who were looking a lock to make it in to the C main have both had issues.
Yeah, go ahead and take a look on that replay for
we're going to take a look.
Tanner Coster. A bad mistake by Coster.
So first, we're looking at Justin Zap here. Oh, and he just got slid into and sent up the track. Oh, that is going to be heartbreak for Justin Zap. He might still be able to fight back, though. Then Miles Jansen. Oh, he just got turned by Williams. I think slowing down for the caution, Jansen just got turned by Williams, and you can't really put the blame on Williams either, because he did not anticipate Jansen to slow down that much, and he got turned on the front straightaway. Then Coster had an issue as well. He just pulled over and out of the race.
This is going to be pretty interesting, because 7 people are still in this race. Coster has left the event.
Yeah, unfortunate for Coster as well.
So
looks like it was planned, though. I mean, I can't imagine why you would just park it and leave.
Zap is still in the top 4, though. So
oh, well, good recovery
there.
there.
Not a terrible thing for Zap right there.
Yeah, Justin Zap with quite a bit of luck there. And okay, well, I don't even want to read that message in chat because none of it makes sense and it doesn't have any context. So we have political endorsements and out of context hate for Miles Jansen. Just alright. Cool. We're coming back to green this time by, from the lead, it'll be Tyler LaPointe leading us down. He's going to stack him up off 4 and light him up on the front straightaway. Green flag is out once again. Justin Zap with a bad restart.
For Justin, for Zap, and oh yeah, he is slow. He's off
he's
pace.
Got damage. Might be wheel damage. Oh, he's all kinds of loose down the back straightaway. Yeah, he might have to bring it in this time by. He is way out of shape. Meanwhile, at the front, here comes Williams to the outside lane. He's going to get the run on LaPointe off the turn. Onto his bumper, coming down the front straightaway. They're going to be nose to tail going into turn number 3.
Oh, almost a wreck between Jansen and Schrauf. Jansen let off the throttle, and I gotta say, good move by him, because it would have been a big wreck.
Okay,
Battle
update
for
on the
fourth
transfer
is
spot.
on,
Right
though.
now, Chris Roberts is in control of it. Ryder Srauf in behind him as Ernie Williams
And
is
that's
still
gonna do
looking
it.
after the
That's
lead.
it. That's the race.
Oh, all right, checker
That
flag,
snuck
race
up
is
on
over. So, the drivers
and
advancing are
Chris
going to be Tyler
Roberts.
LaPointe, Ernie Williams Jr., Michael Heilman, and Chris Roberts. That is going to do it for the D main. So we're gonna step away for just a moment, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes for the C main, because we don't have too much to fill in between now and then. But congratulations to Tyler LaPointe on winning the D main. Luke, after seeing that just that little snippet of the action that we're gonna see later tonight, how do you feel about the race going forward, and who do you think is gonna have a lot of pace?
Definitely going to keep my eye on Ernie Williams. Obviously, he's been fast all week long. And so, Ernie might say it was unfortunate he started back, but really, I would say that's going to be good practice, because that's where he's going to be starting every race he makes it into. Every time he gets into the next heat, he's going to be starting at the back. So, some good practice there from Williams. Yeah, that's about it. I cannot wait as this night progresses
But one more thing before
on.
we step away, a message from Ultimate Dirt TV in the chat. Can I give a tip? Absolutely. We are always open to feedback. But while you do that, we are going to go ahead and step away until the start of the C main, which is going to be in just about 10 minutes. So we will see you all in just a bit. Thank you for tuning into the D main. But the action is far from over. We will be back shortly.
Legend of sim racing.
Sorry, I Alright, so we're back live on TMG, kinda. We're waiting for the session to go up at the moment, but since it is 6 o'clock, it is time that we start our coverage once again. Coming up next is the C main on TMG, but at the moment, we are just in the virtual broadcast booth. Joining me again is Luke Brightshoff, but I'm sure he needs no introduction. Because he has been broadcasting all of this series. He's been a great help ever since Connor Grindstaff decided to say, haha, not waking up during my alarm going off, go brrr, and miss the broadcast, go brrr. So on the first day, I just kind of had to be like, hey, friend, and Luke luckily said yes. So, anyways, huge thank you to him. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without his help. Anyways, we're going to return to trackside coverage in just a moment once the session goes up. But Luke, what did you think in general of that D main?
I'm just saying it was definitely one of the less entertaining races we've seen all week, which that's kind of like saying, Dover is not normally as entertaining as, I don't know where I was going with it, but like it would be kind of like saying that was a boring Talladega race. It's still pretty exciting. So yeah, that took a long time to get to the concept, but just because I say it was one of the worst races this weekend doesn't mean it was a bad race, because it was still rather entertaining, I would say.
Yeah, so just for the moment, we are waiting for the session to go up, so we're going to keep refreshing, and when that happens, we're going to go ahead and bring you back up to trackside coverage. I know the situation isn't ideal, where we just kind of have a virtual broadcast booth, but trust me, I just can't really do anything about it, because the session is not yet up. Alright, getting some more viewers back now. That's always good. Reminder, if you're just tuning in now, Tyler LaPointe won the D main, so he is going to be one of the drivers advancing into the C main, which is what we're going to be covering in just a moment once we can get back into the session. There we go. Alright. Session is back up, so we're going to go ahead and head back in and bring you back to trackside coverage from Knoxville. Might take a while to get everything perfectly set up just because we have to go ahead and reload all the software that we use. Alright, here we go. We are currently loading into the session. Luke's going to do so in just a moment as well. It is time for the C main.
-20-minute practice again? Is that what it is? Or
I'm guessing it's going to be advanced after a little bit, kind of like last time.
Give them maybe 12, 13 minutes?
Yeah, just around that time. Alright, let's go ahead and load everything back up. I don't know if ATVO is still going to work for me. I might have to restart it. Yeah, I do think I'm going to need to do that. Okay, well that's always fun.
Gotta love ATVO.
Now, it's not an ATVO thing, it's just like, it's designed to do one session and not multiple. It's all good. Alright, here we go. Hopefully this doesn't mess anything up with the broadcast. Kevin Click is going to be one of the drivers in this main. And here we go. We'll bring you back to trackside coverage in just a moment, pulling everything up once again. And now, we are back live on TMG from the Knoxville Raceway. You're going to see everything load in just a moment. There we go. Welcome back to trackside coverage. Once again, it is Luke Brightshoff joining me in the booth. Let's see if the ticker works right again as well. It does! We got lucky with that one. Alright. So, Luke, what are you expecting out of this C main?
Well, first, I'd like to see who's all in it. I've just waiting for everything to load in. But I'm expecting some good racing, and surely, I don't know where I'm going with this. I do this a lot. Anyways,
I can go ahead and give you some pretty prominent names that are going to be in here. Of course, there are the D-main transfers, Chris Roberts, Ryder Strauff, all the guys like that. Justin Zapp, him as well. But then there's a couple of other drivers that we've noticed throughout the week. There's Lewis Meglin, Sean Wallenfeldt. I think Sam Price, he was something that we talked about a little bit earlier on in the week. Kevin Click as well, Alan Simmerl. All these drivers, which we've, taken note of earlier on in the week. So, pretty good talent here in the C main. Look for a very, very close and entertaining race. We're just now in practice. I can go ahead and pull up the fastest lap times. You'll see it right next to the entries. for this race. Still no pro drivers in the field, mostly just A, B, and C class drivers. I actually don't think we're going to see any pro drivers until we get to the main event. And now you can see quite a lot more drivers beginning to load in. Alright, chat, we're going to go ahead and turn it over to you. How do you guys think that this C main is going to play out? You can go ahead and leave your predictions for the winner. If anyone guesses it right, you don't get anything. So
you get a pat on the back. Right?
That's what you get. You get a virtual pat on the back from 6 feet away. Both of us have to be wearing masks. It's all part of it. Already, Justin zapped to the top of the board. Never mind. Now Kevin clicked to the top. The benchmark time to beat is a 15.253. As a reminder, if you prefer to tune in on Twitch, you can go ahead and check us out on twitch.tv/TMG_racing_network. I'm going to go ahead and drop that link in the chat as well, if you are interested. So you can see the link there if you have the chat pulled up, if you do prefer to watch that way. It also helps us in becoming a Twitch partner, so that's cool as well.
I get it for the Twitch partner.
Twitch partner be like Twitch partner. So yeah, we're just kind of trying to kill some air here. There is the D-main winner loading in now, Tyler Lapointe. He's definitely shown quite a bit of pace all week, so look out for him in this C-main.
Gotta say, I kind of, not in YouTube chat, but in iRacing chat, Arthur Kilburn says, less laps ripped before the track. Hold on, he didn't word this well, but pretty much he's saying the less laps we run in practice, the better it'll be during the race. So, kind of got to agree with Arthur there. So, guys,
there is a man upside down. That is Kevin Click. He's going to go ahead and load out.
That.
And shout out to Trading Paints for not loading in these paint schemes. Excuse the informality, but we're going to have to go ahead and... Wait, never mind. Maybe I don't have to bring it. Alright, I might not have to... There we go. Okay, so I don't actually have to load in the UI on iRacing, but as you'll notice, there are a couple of paint schemes here that aren't accurate. That's because Trading Paints has decided not to work on me. But we're just going to keep reloading the paints.
Burr.
So excuse the solid white cars. We'll get it sorted in a moment. Please, come on, Trading Paints. I know you want to. Now
come on, Trading Paints.
Everyone's pulling off now. Never mind, so we still have quite a bit of time remaining. Says all files up to date. Come on, I know they're not. We all know they're not. See, that's not Michael's car. That's not correct. Come on, TP. You can do this. Come on. Please.
No, that is Michael's car.
It's
pretty much just white.
Are you watching the broadcast?
No, I'm watching from my own perspective. Go to Kevin Click's car.
Is that correct? Okay, I can't even tell if that is correct.
That is not correct. Go to Kevin Click's car. Let me check out Kevin.
Okay, is Trading Paints just not working across the board? Alright, well, we're not really sure what's going on. But we're just going to hope that Trading Paints kind of sorts itself out before the A main, because that would definitely not be a good way to have that race go down with all the incorrect paint schemes. We really can't do anything. You saw us continuing to refresh it. Not much we can do at this point, other than wait for the race to start. It'll probably be starting in another 2 minutes.
So far, no one able to knock off Kevin from the top of the board. He's still there. Sim Merle on the board. Justin Zapp third, and Sean Wallenfels Jr.
And I am okay. New idea here. I'm gonna go ahead and quit Trading Paints, and then I'm gonna load it up again. And we'll see if this works a little bit better. Alright, Trading Paints has been restarted. Let's go ahead and reload the paints. Come on. I think Kevin Click's car might be correct. Nope, it's still wrong.
Is it? Kevin should be light
Okay, there we go. Now we have some paint schemes loading in. Thank you, Trading Paints. I much appreciate how you took 10 years to do that. Very cool of you. Now
Let's all give a round of applause to Shreddy Paints. Let's go, Shreddy Paints. All right, I think we're good. I think we're good, Chris. I think we can advance the session now.
Chris, anytime you want. We have literally nothing to say. No one's really saying much in chat. Thank you to the 21 people for tuning in. I will say that this week has done wonders for our analytics.
What's his name? Is not here yet. Ernie Williams.
Oh, yeah, we might be waiting for him, actually.
And also John Lepresto.
Oh, yeah, okay, so we might just be waiting on everyone else to load in. If you guys are listening into the stream, get in the session! Sorry, I don't mean to sound mean, but get in the session!
Get in there, Ernie.
Get in there, Ernie. Fantastic, fantastic drive, mate. Alright, so yeah, we're really just kind of struggling for, things to say.
For content.
Yeah, please, people, there's 25 people watching, not one of you can say things in the chat, come on. That was a joke, by the way. I mean, at least you can listen to these 410 sprint cars. They sound pretty nice.
So far in chat, we have an argument over whether or not more laps run at Knoxville makes it better. Someone, Cameron...
No, it doesn't.
Cameron is saying Knoxville doesn't develop interesting lines unless it has a considerable number of laps in it. And someone disagreed, said it seems more rare for the bottom to come in later. And I kind of agree with that.
So at the moment, it's Kevin...
And the session has been advanced.
Thank you, Chris Roberts. Unfortunately, I think that might mean that Ernie Williams Jr. just isn't going to have a chance to make the A main, so sucks for him, but we're going to have to continue on without him. It also sucks because he had a really nice paint scheme, which I was quite a fan of.
I did like that. It's almost a Ryan Blaney Paul Menard type car, the throwback car.
Looks very, very nice indeed. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the fastest lap times.
And obviously with the David Land number.
That too.
As well. But interestingly enough, I don't know if they got advanced to maybe the C main or the B main, because your leader, your winner last race, Lepresto, is also not here.
No, that was Tyler LaPointe. So, I think you might have gotten them wrong.
It was?
Yeah, it was Tyler LaPointe.
That's right.
I don't know where Lepresto would be. Like, you see Michael Heilman? He's in here as well. Heilman? I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
All right, here we go. It'll be Dustin Hall starting off on the pole position. Ready for the C main. We'll bring you coverage all the way up to the A main, which will be later tonight. Here we go. Pace car is off. We are set for 2 laps of pacing here at Knoxville before we get
your pole sitter has lagged out of the session. Oh. That's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. But yeah, Dustin Hall has stop put.
Yeah, that is not good for him. It's going to lose him a chance of getting into the A main and promote Sean Wallenfelds up into the pole position. Watch out for those top 4 D main transfers, starting off with Chris Roberts in 14th, going down to Justin Zapp in 17th. Somehow Miles Jansen is there as well, even though he left the race, so I don't really know what's going on there, but might have been some penalties applied. All right, Luke, who are you picking to win in this C main?
You could be correct about that. Maybe. Could have been Ernie Williams after his contact under caution. Maybe he was thrown out and Jansen was put in. Maybe that's what happened.
I asked you who you think is going to win this race.
Yeah, I was just kind of agreeing with you there. But winner is... I'm going to have to go middle of the field, Kevin Click.
All right, here we go. Green flag is out, and Wallenfels is going to lead the field to green already. A lot of scrambling towards the back of the pack and sliding through turns number 1 and 2. 3 wide for a little bit in the back. Everyone getting that sorted out now. There's your D main winner, Tyler LaPointe, in a big crash.
Is already out.
Multiple cars up and over in turns 3 and 4. Kevin Click, one of the drivers involved. Justin Zapp as well. Meglin involved. Big crash in 3 and 4. And if you didn't believe in the commentator's curse before, you better now. Literally 1 lap after Luke says, oh, and a little bit of retaliation there from Click, but literally a lap after Luke says that Kevin Click is going to win this race, he gets involved in a massive crash in turns 3 and 4 to bring out the first caution of the night. So we'll take a look at a replay. We're taking a look now at Lewis Meglin, and you're going to see, oh, there were already some cars around in the front. I believe one of them might have been Kevin Click, and at that point, everyone just slides into it, and I believe, oh yeah, the 93 of Chris Roberts was one of the drivers involved as well. Hard
And
crash.
look who it is. It's Ernie Williams Jr. He has joined the session. You're a little bit late, buddy.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think he might have waited until the end of practice, but I don't think he took into account the fact that we had already advanced the session.
Yeah, and he has joined, although he has joined as a spectator, so...
It might have been Chris Roberts that went spinning first. So we're taking a look at it now. Oh, it was up in front of him. I might have been Ryder Srauf, Matt Dixon. I'm looking around. Ryan Lynn. Trying to find out who it was.
Oh, Robert's live.
Oh my goodness. Look at this. Oh, wow. Lewis Meglin got shot up into the air like a rocket. Take a look at this on the replay. On board with Meglin. Sorry to cut you out there, Luke. You were just lagging out a ton. And we're going to see Meglin right here. Oh, and we're back live.
We're going green.
We're back
going green.
Green flag is back out. Sean Wallenfels leading them through turns 1 and 2, followed by Simmerl going down the back straightaway for the second time tonight under green.
All right, so what happened there? Quick, just debrief of it. Sam Price slid up into not Chris Roberts, Kevin Click, and caused a huge wreck. That's pretty much it. For anyone wondering. Not so far, not a battle for 4th, but a battle for 3rd and 5th.
Yeah, take a look at this.
Fourth
For
is that
5th,
transfer
Dixon
spot.
trying to work his way around the outside.
3 wide for 4th. 4 wide almost.
Oh, this is going to get very close. Dixon is going to
Now back to 3 wide contact.
Oh, and sliding into 3 and 4. Up into the wall they go. More cars spinning behind. Caution is out once again.
And a huge wreck. Oh my gosh.
Click, one of the drivers involved for the second time tonight. The yellow flag is back out. And it happened right around Matt Dixon. Take a look at this. They're all scrambling at a 3 and 4. And around they go. One driver just got shot into the outside wall. We'll take one more look at it here. We'll switch to TV3. This should give us a very good view of what happened. You'll see it here into 3 and 4. One driver on the inside, I believe. That's the 76 of Jansen. He's just going to slide it way... Oh, he gets a little bit of contact on the inside. Slides it up into the drivers outside of him. Oh, never mind. That's the 22. So Arthur Kilburn went sliding through the turn. Got into the outside wall and collected the 39 of Ryan Lynn. And that is what brought out the caution. Justin Zapp slid through on the inside. That right there is the cause of the yellow flag. We'll go on board with Kilburn now. Just gets hit twice going into the corner and sent up into the driver's outside. And around he goes into the outside wall, bringing out the second caution of the C main. We'll go back live now. It'll be, I believe, Tyler. No, never mind. Everything's just cycling through now. It'll be Wallenfels leading them back to green. All right, Luke, what are you expecting on this restart?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if we stack them up and do it again after the way this race has gone so far. So yeah, here we go. We're going back green.
Wallenfeld's gonna stack him up and light him up. Green flag is back out. Downwards turn number 1. Wallenfeld's getting away well. He's been the king on restarts all night. Meanwhile, it'll be Simmerl trying to hold off Dixon for second. Field getting thinned out a little bit. Alex Robinson looking to work his way back up into the top 4. But sliding on him is Miles Jansen. He'll make that slide job work. Meanwhile, coming up on 4th is D-Main winner Tyler LaPointe.
LaPointe slides up a little bit. He's going to lose a lot of momentum.
Michael Heilman working on 3rd with Dixon. Downwards turns 3 and 4. And on the apron, that is the, I believe that's the 39 of Ryan Lynn. LaPointe not able to make up any ground on the drivers in front of him. He's really just not running high enough in the turns. Meanwhile, here comes Heilman for 3rd on Dixon. Battle for the lead. Here comes Alan Simmerl trying to get to the outside of Wallenfeldt. Down towards turn number 1. Taking a look at the 73 of Simmerl now. Meanwhile, LaPointe gaining up on the bumper of Michael Heilman. What a story that would be if Tyler LaPointe was able to make it out of the D main and out of the C main. Right now, the top 4 is pretty much locked up.
He's got about 5, coming to 5 laps to go this time.
Oh,
and
caution is out.
is back out.
I believe it might have been Kevin Click in the back. He went sideways off too. That might have been the cause of the caution. And this night just goes from bad to worse for Kevin Click.
Oh, that was, yeah.
Yeah.
Click. Not a good move from Kevin Click.
Just a slide job gone wrong. Slides down onto the apron, hops up into the air. And that is what brought out the caution. Kevin Click, he was looking so promising earlier on in the week. And just a terrible night getting into the feature races. And he is not going to be able to make it out of the C main unless a miracle happens. So that is what brought out the caution for the 3rd time tonight. Only 15 laps. This race definitely taking a little bit of nosedive in terms of racing quality, but certainly still very exciting. Lights are still on the pace car, so we're going to be going back green in a couple laps' time. Luke, what have you been thinking of the action so far?
Certainly not short of any action. 3 cautions in a 15-lap event. I know some people aren't as big of a fan of cautions, but I'm not a huge fan of them. But you know, if we stack them up, if we can keep getting these guys closer. It's closer racing. You know, whether you like them or not, these drivers are closer to each other, and more chances for some good action. Yeah.
So I'm liking it.
What just happened to your microphone?
Did I cut out pretty bad?
Yes, and also your audio quality went awful. But we're gonna disregard that because we have a restart coming up. Take a look at 6th, Tyler LaPointe, looking to make big gains on this restart and advance out of the C main. Green flag is back out. Here we go once again in the C main. Already you see Matt Dixon going for a move on Simmerl for 2nd. Towards turn number 3, we're riding on board right now with Tyler LaPointe. I'm really marking this guy as someone who could try it. Oh, and into the wall he goes! He's going to go sideways into turn 1 and 2, much more than he'd like. And if you didn't believe in commentary, he's wrecking again.
Contact.
And around and around, I believe that's Heilman spinning like a top in turns 3 and 4. The yellow flag is out once again. So, we are running into another problem. That is that the B main is scheduled to start in a couple minutes' time.
Oh, no.
So the caution is back out once again. They didn't even make it a lap. Yikes, this is getting pretty messy.
This is Daytona Clash to the next level.
Yeah, he just got squeezed into the wall by Simmerl, did a bit of a wheelie down the back straightaway, mounted the wall, and went sideways, literally sideways, down the back straightaway and just got nailed by Justin Zapp and went spinning like a top. So that is unfortunate for Michael Heilman, who was looking like one of the drivers who could try and make it out of the of the C main. Coming to the restart, it'll be Wallenfeld's leading over Dixon, Simmerl, and Lapointe. So Lapointe now in a position to advance. That would make it his second advancement of the night.
Huge move there from Lapointe. Not really from him, but for him. That was big. And Jansen's right there as well. You can't count him out. He was pretty sporty during the first race, so Jansen's going to be on my watch list. Although, once again, only 4 can make it, and right now there's 5 or 6 that you could throw into this mix. Obviously, Chris Roberts,
Yeah, definitely
back sitting in 7th place. So you can never vote anyone out of these things.
All right, here we go.
Especially as hectic as this race has been.
Here we go. Wallenfeld is going to lead the field back to green over Matt Dixon. Green flag is back out, and not a good start by Dixon. It's going to let Simmerl try and get to his outside. Meanwhile, for Lapointe, he is going to send it down the inside of Simmerl. Battle for third, raging on. It's going to be Lapointe clear for the spot. Down towards turn number 3. Big slide job by Tyler Lapointe, who is up into third.
Here comes Jansen. And he's going to lag up for a minute, but he's back. Jansen's right on the bumper of Simmerl.
Oh, and into the wall goes Matt Dixon. That is not good for the driver of the number 96. It's going to let Lapointe try and get a run on him. Here he comes down the front straightaway, and Dixon has to pull over to the inside. Yeah, Dixon might have a little bit of damage. He is looking off the pace. White flag, 1 lap to go. Check the battle for 4th. Here comes Jansen, sliding up the inside on Simmerl. Little bit of contact.
He's going to make it work.
Yeah, Jansen just slid up on Simmerl through the final turn to make it in to the B main. Meanwhile, Lapointe, after advancing out of the D main, is through the C main into the B main, while Matt Dixon holds on for third. Wallenfeld wins the C main. And what a finish that was. We're going to get one more look at that final turn move by Jansen, and then we are going to have to step away and be right back, basically, with the B main. Take a look at this. Going into turn number 3, check the 76 or the 67 if you go by his custom number. Jansen sends it down the inside. It's his last chance at making the B main. He was clear. It's a racing move. He slid up on Simmerl. There may have been a little bit of contact, but overall, that was pretty clean. And that is what promoted Jansen up into the advancing positions. But in the end, it was Wallenfeld coming away with the victory. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back with coverage of the B main. Well, I sure hope that no one here is afraid of the dark, because guess what? The sun has gone down and the lights have come up over the Knoxville Raceway. Welcome back, everyone, to the DOB Nationals here on TMG. I'm going to get trading paints loaded up right now, and welcome, everyone, to the B main. We should be in for a very, very good, I think it's going to be around 15-20 laps of racing action. The top 4 will advance into the main event. With every lap we turn, we get that one little bit closer to that main event. That'll be coming up next on TMG, but first we've got a B main to settle. The top 4, they're going to make it in. This is effectively these drivers' last chance to make it into the main event. If you don't finish on the top 4 here, you're done. Go home. Pack your things up because you don't have anything left to fight for. Luke, what are you expecting in this B main?
First off, I hope we have like 4 less wrecks than we did last race, because that got old. That's what I hope for, and I'm sure now that I said that, it's the complete opposite's going to happen. But honestly, I'm hoping for some good racing here. I'm going to look at, once again, I'm not in the session yet, so I don't know who is all here. I can go ahead and take a look at your screen.
Once again, I can give you a couple of good names here.
Yeah.
Chris
I can
Lilly,
look at
Michael
your screen
Sheridan,
right quick.
Tyson Landis, Jonathan Lowe, John Cutts, John Bragman, Stephen Goldner, Dylan Workman, a lot of the really, really fast guys, specifically Dylan Workman. We even have one of the pro drivers, Cole Cabry. Tyler LaPointe is here as well. He is looking to make it all the way up into the A main after starting in the D main. Now that would be a very impressive feat. Watch out for him, because he is definitely going to be on a mission. You join us here with probably just a few minutes remaining in practice, depending on when Chris decides to advance the session. Confirmation from Mason Hannigan in the chat that it will be a 22-lap race. Then we get onto the A main. Now, if you're wondering who is actually going to be in the A main, you can see the locked-in drivers there on the right side of your screen. Mason Hannigan actually being one of them. So shout out to Mason for tuning in. All right, so we saw in the C main, it was basically a wreck fest. This could go one of two ways. I think the top 4 are going to be a little bit less aggressive than they were in the C main, because there's a lot more to play for. There's the spot in the A main. On the other hand, the drivers behind them are going to be way more aggressive because, again, there's a lot more to play for. There's 2 sides to every coin, unless you have a weird broken coin. Much like there are going to be 2 sides to the strategies in this race. One driver who we can actually go ahead and interview before the race is driver the 269, James Grace. Luke, why don't we go ahead and bring him up into the broadcast booth?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm sorry, my phone decided that now would be a good time to...
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and bring James up into the broadcast booth. James, this is Jonathan up in the TMG broadcast booth. You copy? We can go ahead and try it again. Hey, James, this is Jonathan up in the TMG broadcast booth. You copy? Yeah, he might not be able to hear... Oh, okay, he's pulling over. I don't know if he can hear me over the sound of his sprint car, because those things do get pretty loud. Oh, okay, well, he's just crashed.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, so we just wanted to kind of talk to you before this B main started. What's going to be your strategy trying to get into that top 4 during this main?
You know, it's they definitely got a good field of drivers here tonight, and starting out 7th position inside the row. Inside on these tracks, it's a little bit hard to restart. You got to kind of keep yourself down low. My biggest thing is just going to be keep my nose clean, keep it out of another car, not put it in the wall like I did just there. I've been trying to get a couple things adjusted, but, you know, just keep the car straight, keep it moving forward, and hopefully just drive through the field nice and easy and get there.
How aggressive do you think some of these drivers are going to be tonight who are either trying to protect their spots in the top 4 or trying to get into that top 4?
You know, they're going to be pretty aggressive. The biggest thing is, you know, if they're pressing you hard, just let them go, get back behind them, wait for them to make a mistake, and try to take advantage of it. You know, if you try to battle them too hard, you get to fighting, and all you're doing is slowing each other down. So the best way to do it is let them go and just follow them forward. And then if they make a mistake, just go around them.
Lastly, how have the lines been progressing on the racetrack as you go deeper into a run?
They kind of move around a little bit. When you first start out, you definitely want to keep it down low. As that slick spot develops through the center, you kind of just slide through it, carry it, and then once it goes full slick, it can be anywhere. The line moves around every lap almost, it feels like, and so it can make it pretty interesting.
All right, well, good luck in this race. Anything else you'd like to say before we send you back?
Yeah, I just want to give a quick shout out to my sponsors. I got Mimi's Making Emotion, Speedy's Tires and Setup Specialist, Apex Subsidiaries, and of course my team, $1 Million Motorsports.
All right, well, good luck in this race. We're going to go ahead and send you back now. That was James Grace, driver of the 269. Thank you to him for taking a little bit of time out of his day and out of this practice session to talk to us about the race. Luke, I assume you are back now?
Yes, I apologize. My phone decided that now would be a great time to die.
And I think as you were saying that, it might have died again, because then you cut out, and that was kind of funny.
I don't know what happened. The audio kind of crashing off. It didn't die again. It just, I don't know what happened. But I'm back now. I have got my second, which goes off Wi-Fi, so that's going to be great.
Oh, yeah, so, if you didn't know, Luke is, his Wi-Fi is, how do I put this nicely? Bad. Extremely
Straight garbage.
bad.
It is awful. It is terrible. It is so bad.
You're gonna have to excuse him, if he, he gets a little bit choppy.
Which will happen.
Yeah, it definitely will. But... All right, so Luke, looking at the field for this B main, who do you think is going to be kind of a good driver to watch out for?
Well, I was going to say Matt Dixon. I believe that's his name. Yeah, Matt Dixon, but his lap times are not up to par, the leaders. But anyway, he was fast last race, finished third, I believe. Matt Dixon's up there. LaPointe is there, but I think the guy to keep your eye on is the professional in race, literally the professional Cole Cabret, or Carb, I don't know how you say it. That Bray is Carb, whatever you say. He's going to be competitive this race, without a doubt.
I think another driver that you might want to look out for. I know his lap times aren't really showing it at the moment, but James Grace. He's been incredibly strong in the heats we've ran earlier this week in the prelim nights. He's been one of the stronger, more consistent drivers. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he's able to sneak up there, try and challenge for the win. But of course, you have to keep really all your eyes on Cole Cabret as the session has now been advanced, so we are going to head in for the B main. All those drivers trying to park it in that victory lane and make it into the A main. This is going to be a very interesting race, so strap yourselves in, folks. Welcome along for the ride. It is the B main for the 3rd annual DOB Nationals live on TMG, 22 laps. It'll be very, very interesting to see how this plays out. John Cutts is going to lead the field to green in that 1:13. Man, really, every lap we run, I've said it earlier, it's just getting one step closer to that feature race where absolutely everything is on the line. My pick for this race, I'm going to go ahead and take Dylan Workman to win the B main. Luke, who are you thinking?
I'm going to stick with what I said. I'm going to say Cole Cabret, starting right at the front in second place. So he's got a good eye on the field. I'm going to say Cabret, although I would leave your eye on Chris Lacey. Been fast all week and was top of the board during practice right there.
Yeah, definitely keep your eye out for Lacey. And a little bit of pitching in here from Jeremy Zarfos. He's one of the drivers who was actually locked into the A main following the 2 prelim nights. He says that drivers to watch out for are going to be John Batista Sheridan and Cole Cabret. So a little bit of input from one of the drivers who has been running all week with these guys. All right, here we go. Fireworks going on here at Knoxville. Again, it's a sight you love to see. Truly, one of the best tracks in the world. One of the best dirt tracks, one of the best tracks in general. They don't call it the sprint car capital of the world for nothing. It's time for the B main. Remember, the top 4 are going to advance into that all-important main event. The atmosphere is incredible. Everyone tense behind their sim rigs, at their sim wheels. It's going to be a very, very tense race all the way to the finish. I guarantee you, we're not going to see one dominating driver. Now, my final pick is...
For sure. We got one lap till we go green. One more lap. About 30 seconds of peace and calm until we go green. Never mind. I'm behind.
Rolling down the back straightaway. You see that Knoxville Raceway sign on the outside. That is how you, that Knoxville Raceway sign on the outside. That is how you know you were at the sprint car capital of the world. John Cutts is going to lead the field off turn number 4. Pace truck is off. Cutts is going to stack him up and light him up. Green flag is out in the B main. Top 4 advance. Let's see who it's going to be.
Already big battle for about 6th place. Almost 3 wide. They were for 2nd. On the bottom is Low in the 20 car.
Oh, contact! Oh, and another goal! Grace around! Oh, the wall on the outside wall. Grace nearly hopping the fence. Huge crash in turns 1 and 2. James Grace on his side. So is one other car. Caution is out for a massive crash in 1 and 2. Commentator's curse. I tell you, I picked Grace to win the race, and like 2 minutes later, complete anarchy. Wow.
I don't even know how to describe that wreck.
Yeah, it did not take very long for it all to start kicking off here at Knoxville. Look at that. Grace went through the billboards and nearly out of bounds. That could have been very, very nasty for one unlucky man in the parking lot who was going to be able to take home a free sprint car. So there's the incident. You see the contact between James Grace and that driver alongside him. He's going to come back up into the 15, takes out the 82 as well, and at that point, they just all go slamming into the wall, everyone else piling in. But man, look at that 269. He's going to get hit in the back and get sent flying right past our camera. Those Hoosier tires right in our view. Nearly get sent over the track into the highway, and like I just said, into some poor guy's driveway who, I guess he would get a free sprint car. But other than that, it's not lucky when you have a sprint car fly out of bounds from the track and into your home. So
coming back to green here in about a lap. I counted, I believe, 4 cars that were in the air there, upside down. So, yeah, huge crash.
That was, I don't really have any way to describe it other than just violent. It was awful. I mean, if that had happened in real life, I think that Grace would have been out of bounds completely. Weighing in the chat, Rusty Kruger, Jeremy Zarfos. Zarfos saying that it was all in the 82. Rusty Kruger, also one of the drivers who's locked into the main event. Not only that, but he actually won the first prelim night. Alright, so here we go. Coming back to green. John Cutts going to lead the field back down. Pace Truck is going to make that left turn into the pit lane. Cutts from the lead is going to stack him up and light him up. Green flag is back out.
Green flag.
Here they go towards turn number 1. Cabré moving up in a second. Here comes Batista. On the inside, they're battling it out for that spot, going into turn number 3. Cabré on the inside. Sorry, that's Batista on the inside. Cabré on the outside. For 4th, it's Dylan Workman in the spot. He's my pick to win the race. Jonathan Lowe in 5th, trying to run down Workman.
Goes to 2nd place of Cabré. He's going to lose 2nd and possibly 3rd. Lost a lot of momentum.
Oh, he's going to fight back, though.
Does he have damage?
Take a look at this. Take a look at this. He's fighting back. He got pretty sideways in a 1, though. That's going to open the door for Workman. Man, if Colt Cabré, a professional driver on dirt on iRacing, if he missed out on the main event, that would just speak loads to the talent of this field. Battle for 5th going on as well. Cody Olsen in the middle of that. Jonathan Lowe there as well in the number 20. Lowe, he's shown some speed earlier on in the week, but he's going to get stuck up on the inside. He'll fall back into 8th. Workman still in 4th, trying to get 3rd from Cabré. They're going single file behind, down the back straightaway and towards turn 3 and 4. Workman still trying to line up a pass, battling behind. There's Wall and Phelps on the outside of Lowe. Lowe into the wall.
Upside down.
Crash, 3 and 4.
No caution. And there's the caution.
There it is. Jonathan Lowe, one of the drivers involved in that, got sent upside down after contact. And that is going to end his night. Lowe no longer has a chance to make it into the A main. Yeah, you see at that point he was already upside down, got back into the wall, shot back across the track, and gets plowed into from behind. I believe one of the drivers who got into him might have been LaPointe. So we'll take one more look at it. Taking a look at Jonathan Lowe, going down towards turn number 3. Was it the 16 who made contact with him? No, it wasn't. Oh, never mind. So this is down the back straightaway. Watch out behind him. It might have been the 37. You're going to see he sends it into the corner. Is that Bragman? I think it might be. No, that was not. You'll see the contact coming off. Yeah, Lowe just gets wheel-to-wheel contacted and sent towards the outside wall by, I believe that's the 72 of, no, I genuinely can't tell who that is. Miles Jansen, I'm trying to figure it out. Simrel. No, it wasn't Stewart either. Boldner, Merriman, Flick. Not to be someone towards the back. Yeah, no, I don't know who that was. Maybe Bragman? No, that wasn't him. LaPointe got a little bit of front-end damage from that. Okay, it was Matt. No, it wasn't. Alright, well, I'm going to stop wasting time trying to figure out who it was, but whoever it was made contact with Lowe and just sent him into the outside wall. Oh, that was Wallenfelds. Okay, so confirmation on the chat, that was Wallenfelds who got into Jonathan Lowe, but people are actually saying that it was on the 20. I can't say they're entirely wrong. He definitely tried to cut off a slide job when he probably shouldn't have. So here we go, coming back to green, John Cutts is going to lead the field down. We made it to lap 8, only 2 cautions so far. Here we go once again. Green flag is back out. Towards turn number 1. It's Cutts leading. Here comes Batista, already trying to make a move to the outside, back to the inside. They'll be side by side towards turn number 3. Batista on the inside, slide job on the 113 of Cutts. He is going to take it away. To the lead goes John Batista.
Oh, in the back there's contact. 2 cars get together, flying through the air.
Lacey's involved. He's one of the drivers out as well. Oh, and Lacey, and he was one of the drivers who we were actually looking at as maybe a threat to win. Well, he's just been taken out. Caution. Once again. I jinxed it. I said
Lacey
we might
got
have...
slammed into, and then iRacing Physics said, yeah, this happens.
Right now he's racing with the 96 of Dixon. Oh my goodness, he just got slammed into. Oh, that is absolutely on Wallenfelds. Oh, yikes. That is not a good look for the driver who just won the D main. Look at this coming off the corner. You're going to see Wallenfelds off turn 4. Basically, I mean, from my perspective, it looks like he just hooked a right on Lacey. You'll see it here. Yeah, right here, he just slides right into him.
He just kind of Kyle Bushed him. Didn't even acknowledge that Lacey was there.
Oh, yeah, wow, that is a hard hit for Lacey. He gets flung into the outside wall, into the air. Yikes, that would have been scary if it was not in sim.
Once again, if it wasn't in sim, I believe another person would have found themselves a sprint car to keep. That is 2 for the night. Let's keep a ticker on that.
Yeah.
How many sprint cars would have flown out if this was in real life? We've got 2 right now.
So we'll go on board
let's
right
try
here
not to get to
with
3.
Lacey, and look at this view. That really gives you a perspective. He is just flipping uncontrollably through the air. That has got to be a terrible feeling. His night is sent wrecking and spinning away. And I gotta say, I gotta put that one on Wallenfelds. But let's see what the professionals have to say. They're the ones in this race, not me. Yeah, Jeremy Zarfos, yes, that one is all his fault.
Yeah, without a doubt, that you got to put that
Yeah.
on him, and we're coming back to green.
So here we go. It's going to be John Batista leading the field back around turns 3 and 4. Stacks him up, lights him up, green flag is back out, and watch for Cabrera on the restart because he is already looking at a move on Cutts. Oh, here we go for 4th. We got a battle now. Tyson
And
Landis
the
in the
caution's
mix.
back out. Oh my gosh, how many times are we going to do this, guys?
Jeffrey Stewart, Curtis Merriman. Stewart, one of the drivers who I think is might have been listening into the stream. Unfortunately, his night is done as well. Caution is back out.
Yeah, they just wrecked in front of him. Nothing Stewart really could have done there, so zapping for him.
Yeah, very disappointing.
Guys,
they were already making contact on the restart. You see Jeremy Zapp. Oh, never mind. So that wasn't it. He ran into someone who was stuck on the outside wall, and he really didn't have anything to do with that. That was Curtis Merriman, who was stuck. Go ahead and fast forward it a little bit to try and take a look at what happened to the 38 of Merriman, but I have a feeling it might have just been a little bit of contact, maybe a slide job gone wrong. We'll see our confirmation here. Ah, there it is. He just got spun around, yeah. Nothing he could really do.
Looked like he kind of got loose and then just kind of was hooked into. Kind of one of those deals where, yeah, they made the two drivers may have made contact and he may have got spun, but you know he kind of put himself in that position to get spun. So
yeah,
you can go back and forth on who that was, but Chris Roberts has decided it was Merriman's fault and decided to give him an EOL penalty for that one. So we're going to go green back this time by, I believe.
By the way, I just want to point out, Dustin Griffiths in the chat, someone could seriously get blackout drunk doing a drinking game on cautions. I got to agree with that sentiment. We've had quite a few of those tonight. Hopefully it'll get cleaned up a little bit for the A main.
Just got to say, I'm glad that these are not, super long cautions. They're about 4 or 5 minutes. I could not imagine this if they were, Daytona-type cautions. That would take forever.
All right, here we go. Once again, it'll be John Batista leading the field down in that bright red, white, and green sprint car. Off turn number 4, he's going to stack him up, light him up. Green flag is back out. Come on, guys, keep it clean. For 4th, Dylan Workman under fire from Tyson Landis. Landis falling back now. Here comes Cabré on John Cutts for 2nd. Cabré is going to take the spot away and gets the run off turn 4. He's going to keep it. Now Workman looking at a move. On board with Workman, he's going to work to the outside on John Cutts. For 2nd, Cutts going to slide back up in front of him. Workman trying to line up a run on exit. Looking to the inside, outside, not going to make anything work. Back to the outside, here comes Workman. Oh, but he got a little bit loose in the middle of the corner. That's going to put Landis on his bumper.
Remember, that position between Tyson Landis and Workman. Workman right now is going to the A-main. Tyson Landis, his night is done if we were to end up like this. So that might be one position, but it means so much more than that. Ooh. Landis almost into the wall. He's going to hop the cushion. He is going to get in the wall.
Yeah, Landis is trying to pull a Tyler Shell going through the turns, but unfortunately he is not Tyler Shell, and I think that proved it right there. Meanwhile, Workman is actually now on the bumper of John Cutts, trying to put some more cars between him and that transfer position. He's got the run off, too. Here he goes to the outside on Cutts, going to try and make the move cleanly in 3 and 4, but Cutts is going to slide back up in front of him and kill off his momentum. Now, here comes Landis trying to get the run as well. Workman down on the inside.
Speaking with, what a bad slider, and that's going to put Landis right up there next to the two of them. Is just as James Gray was speaking.
Here comes Cutts.
Pre-race. Just as James Gray was speaking pre-race, going side by side is going to absolutely destroy your momentum. So these two, I don't know what they're doing. Let them go, because right now, if you let them go now, you might lose. You might not lose just the 4th position, but the 5th one as well, and that's the one that matters.
Speaking of which, here comes Landis. Dixon on the bumper as well. We're about to have a 4-way fight for that 4th position. Dixon trying to make something work on the inside.
3
Workman on the
wide
outside.
for 4th.
Going into 3, here comes Dixon for 5th on the inside. He's going to take it away from Tyson Landis. Now he's got 4th to worry about. This could put Dixon from the C main all the way through to the A main. Oh, but he got a little bit tight in the middle of the corner. He kept it going, though. Kept his foot in it. He's got to get up to 4th, though. He's got to make up a little bit more ground. Coming on to 2 laps to go. Batista pulling away from Cabré.
Right here. All or nothing right here. All you've got. This is it. If you wanna have a chance at that W, it's right here, right now.
Yeah, remember,
No
it's
friends on the racetrack. You've got to do what you've got to do. White flag in the air.
Not really a worse feeling than knowing you could have done something different to try and win the race and make it out of your main. Here comes Dixon. He's going to try and make it work.
He's sliding into the corner. Dixon cleared for now.
I think he might get it.
Is he going to hold on?
He's going to get the run. He's actually going to get up to third at the line. Dixon makes it into the A main. Yes, he does. Matt Dixon through to the A main. Workman knocked out at the end. John Batista wins the B main. He is going to line up 24th. Joining him, advancing from the B main through the A main, Cole Cabray, John Cutts, and Matt Dixon. Workman just missing out at the end. How about that move by Dixon to make it in?
Man, Workman had that spot for the entire race, only to lose it on the last corner.
Take a look at this move.
That's a gut-wrenching feeling right there if you're Workman, because there's not really much he could have done. If he goes to the inside to defend, he's going to lose the position on the outside. But if he stays to the outside like he did, slider's going to be pulled. He's going to lose the spot. So tough break there for Workman, because they're really, either way, you're probably not going to make it work.
But I got to say, that was a perfect move by Matt Dixon. He was able to make it just a perfect move. He made it around. He almost made it around Cutts. He made it around. Around Workman. He was kind of just able to arc his entry to the slide job, get right up next to the wall, and use the cushion to actually give him the run off. That's not something you see very often. But he made it work, and props to him for doing so. That right there, that's what got it done. So, John Batista wins the B main. He, along with Cole Cabray, John Cutts, and Matt Dixon, are going to be making it through to the A main, which we are going to be covering in just one moment. We're going to go ahead and switch sessions, and we will be right back. And here we go for the main event, live on TMG. It is the A main of Thursday night. You have waited all week for this, through the prelims, through the last chance qualifier last night, and now it is finally time for the main event. You join us here with a few minutes remaining in practice, and we have a little bit of a surprise for you coming at the end of it, but that is for another time. Welcome back live on TMG. We do apologize for the short delay in between sessions, but we promise it is going to be worth it. We are in for one heck of a show, and we hope you all decide to tune in with us. Luke is going to be back in just a moment, and he is going to be alongside me as we cover this A main. Oh boy, this is going to be a very, very good race. We've seen it really all throughout the night, all throughout the different mains, that the racing has just been incredibly close. Everyone's been really bunched up. Everyone's been really aggressive. It's been what's been causing all these yellow flags. And honestly, I'm okay with it. I think that the racing has just been phenomenal all night long, really all week long, and it's all been leading up to this. One driver is going to walk away from this race with all the glory. Everyone else is going to walk home second, third, fourth, and the rest best. There's a lot on the line. No one knows what's going to go down. Whoever wins, your guess is as good as mine. I think Luke might be back now. Luke, can you confirm?
I can confirm I am back. It looks like we do have a heat race, but I believe that is just going to be setting the starting lineup for the race. I believe that's all that its purpose is for. I believe everyone makes it out, so don't be afraid if your favorite driver, if you're afraid he's going to miss it. I believe everyone who's in the heat race will make it to the A main. So,
oh yes, I did not know that
there's one heat race.
Right,
oh man, the heat. Hold on, the heat race might be inaccurate.
We'll see.
Because it's a 30-lap heat race, while the main event is 25 laps. Okay.
That does not seem correct.
Yeah.
Really quickly, I'm just going to check on that situation. We're going to be right back. Alright, so we're back live on TMG. Not exactly sure what's going on with the heat races, but we'll give you an update when we know. Really quickly, we've forgotten to do this before. It is completely my bad. A huge, huge shout out to the sponsors of these third annual DOB Nationals, Lee Thomas Construction. This entire race, this broadcast even, really could not have been put on without them. Huge thank you to them for providing funding for the event. Again, they are a sponsor of the race, not the network. However, they did fund the race. Really, this entire operation isn't possible without them. You can check them out with the link in the description. Huge, huge thank you to them for sponsoring this event. In just a moment, we're going to pull up the ticker. Actually, we should be able to right about now. And right there, you can see how these drivers are stacking up against each other so far. Now, you should be able to see their fastest lap times. It is looking very, very competitive, but that is very much par for the course. At the moment, the fastest driver in practice isn't actually a pro driver. It's actually Cole Newhoffen. Or how did he tell me to pronounce it before? Hold on, we're gonna.
I think it was Newhoffen. I believe it was Newhoffen. I can double check, but I believe Cole Newhoffen is how it was supposed to be pronounced.
Yeah, Okay, I think it is Newhoffen. So yeah, we're in for a good race.
Newhoffen
I hope you all are excited because I know I am. Really, it's been an entire week of racing. It's been one of the best things I've had the chance to commentate. Huge thank you to Chris Roberts for contacting us to put this on. Huge thank you to the race's sponsor, Lee Thomas Construction. Really, all of this, it wouldn't be possible without them.
We do have some good news. James Grace said he has been released from the infield care center. He's a little bit banged up, but he's all good, so that's good news for us.
I was very worried about him. That virtual crash looked pretty nasty. One
And
other driver
everyone-
to keep an eye out for is that number 85 of Tyler Schell. We know how strong he can be when he gets his act together and really puts his head down, gets his foot to the floor, doesn't make any mistakes. He can be incredibly fast. So we'll keep an eye on him throughout the night. All right, Luke, we're coming up on the main event. Who do you think is going to be one to watch out for in this race?
You just said him. All eyes for me are on the 85 of Tyler Schell. But he is going to be starting from the back, which both makes it a little bit difficult for him, but also more entertaining for us up here. Although I think the guy who's going to come away with the win...
Hey, I'm going to need to cut you off for just a second because it's time for what we've been waiting for.
Oh, yes. Here it is, everyone.
Knoxville Raceway virtual race fans. It's time for the surprise that we have been promoting all week long. We're going to give them a second to grid up, but this is going to be truly a very, very special sight to see. Look at that. This is the 4-wide salute. It is customary of really all sprint car races in the World of Outlaws to do this well. The DOB Nationals have decided to do this as well. Race fans, virtual race fans from all across the country and all across the globe, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. This show is going to be unlike anything you have ever seen. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up from your homes, wherever you are, for the DOB Nationals. It is the 4-wide salute. I just said it. It's customary of sprint car racing. We're seeing it here tonight. It is their way of thanking you all for tuning into the broadcast and really just supporting the show that these guys have been putting on all week. This is going to be amazing.
Cannot go wrong with the 4-wide salute. One of the most iconic things in all of not just sprint car racing, but all of racing in general. And man, if that doesn't get you excited for the race, I don't know what will.
This is truly, I mean, it's really special. Covering any race at Knoxville is already extremely special. Covering a national series at Knoxville, even better. Sprint cars, it's something that, I don't know. It's a whole different atmosphere, a whole different feel. You're seeing it right here with their 4-wide salute to the fans. So a huge shout out to them for putting this on. A shout out to the race's sponsors. A shout out to everyone who is tuning into the broadcast to make this entire thing possible. It's what the 4-wide salute is for. There wouldn't be a race if there wasn't anyone there to watch it. And they've decided to do a little bit of a practice fun run, but unfortunately it's not working out too well for them. But in any case, that was a very, very special sight to see. A huge shout out to the guys over at the DOB Racing organization. A huge shout out to Lee Thomas Construction, and a huge shout out to Chris Roberts for putting this entire thing on. I have the feeling that practice is going to be advanced in just a moment, and then we are going to head in to the main event races. And keep in mind, I am still waiting on confirmation on Chris Roberts to see why there is a weird heat race, but we're just going to go ahead and go with it. I'm going to assume that it's maybe just a way to divide the race into stages. Either way, I'm going to call the whole thing the main event because I don't think anyone is being eliminated. So about 8 minutes remaining in practice here. Everyone kind of just waiting out in the pit lane. I have a feeling that this is the pre-race meeting that's going on right now. There you see it, the Knoxville Raceway in all of its glory. It's something special, you know? I know you think that I'm probably being exaggerative, that I've probably said it way too much, but it really is. It's a place like no other, and I am so glad that I get the opportunity to commentate this alongside Luke Breitschoff here on TMG. Luke, we're heading into the race. What do you think we're going to see out of this main event?
Complete and total madness, and I'm hoping it's a little bit cleaner than what we've seen prior to this. But you know, a wreck or two doesn't always hurt a race; it can sometimes help it. I'm not saying I'm wishing for wrecks, as the session has just got advanced,
yeah.
But I am ready for this. It is going to be amazing, and once again, If we haven't said enough, Tyler Shell in the 85 car, keep your eye on him. And one more thing I'd like to add, I'm sure that right there, that made everyone's dreams. At least someone out there has had a dream of starting from the 4 wide salute straight into the race. So hopefully someone out there, they got to see it in action and they're happy by it. Because while it was not long, someone out there, you got to see it. There you go. And we're about to get ready to go racing for the final time. Well, maybe final time. We are going heat racing, so not quite the final time, but almost the final time all week. Take it away.
Yeah, so I do think that we are only going to see one heat. I believe it might just be as a way to kind of split up the race into 2 halves. I don't think that we're going to see really anything beyond that. But here we go. It is the main event. An entire week of racing has led up to this. It'll be Mason Hannigan leading them down from the pole position. Here we go. Pace car is going to lead him down in just a moment. Mason Hannigan already eager on the throttle, trying to get going. You don't want to stall it, though. Here we go. The main event is going to be underway after 2 laps of pacing. You see him right there, the pole sitter, Mason Hannigan, starting alongside Cole Newhoffen. It's going to be great. I can't really think of much else to say. This is going to be a special race. We're going to see a ton of action and a ton of really close racing throughout the night. You hear that low rumble of the sprint cars, the calm before the storm. They're kicking up dust, going down the back straightaway. Oh boy, this is going to be a heck of a race. Oh, and I guess they're doing another 4 wide salute. Okay. Well, I don't really know what they're doing because they're kind of just scrambling around randomly. This might be an attempt at a 4 wide salute.
In chat, there is a list of the starting orders, so they might be trying to sort that out right quick. That could possibly be what it is, because right now everyone's kind of getting where they need to be. So yeah, that's what that was. Everyone's just kind of getting where they need to be, and we are ready to go. Why don't you go ahead and get a little over with that line, Jonathan?
Here we go. From the pole, it is not going to be Mason Hannigan. It'll be the 44 of Blake Cannon, who is going to stack him up and wait until the next lap to go green because everyone has to get in their positions. That was very anticlimactic. Oops. Alright, why don't we give this one more shot? Still waiting on confirmation.
I was about to be extremely surprised if they were able to get that done in one go, and I really thought they did, but I guess they didn't.
Alright, so here we go once again for the main event. Get ready, strap yourselves in, welcome along for the ride. It is the main event, live on TMG. Blake Cannon from the pole is gonna stack him up and light him up. Maybe. No, we're still just rolling around. Okay, well, what are they doing?
We'll come down to this all week long. This is what you guys are waiting for.
More laps of pacing. Chris, if you can hear me, what is going on?
I see a lot of black flags cleared in chat.
Okay,
obviously.
so maybe we're going to go green this time by. Sorry for moving the screen there. I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to give the call to green once again, and if it doesn't work, I'm just going to give up. Blake Cannon, for the feature race, is going to lead the field around turns 3 and 4. Here we go for the main event. We waited all week for this, and now the waiting is going to... No, it's not. What is happening? Chris!
Guys, look at this amazing racing content. Look how entertaining this is.
What is happening?
Hey, you can't complain. This is
extremely close between the top 2.
Yo, double file racing, rest back, just saying.
Yeah,
Bottom
wow, they
lane
are
looks-
going side by
looks
side for the
strong.
lead. Down the back straightaway. Chris, Blake Cannon is going to edge in front of David Helaman. Side by side, going to 3. Cannon's going to clear him for the lead. All right, seriously, are we going to get this going? Are we going to get it going here? Are we going to do it? Off 4. Here we go. Maybe. Come on. Nope. Okay, never mind. What is happening?
I'm checking in chat, and some people are joking about running out of gas. Not sure what's happening.
Yeah, we know about as much as everyone else in the audience does, which is absolutely nothing. We're sorry this is a little bit anticlimactic. Not much I can do about it. I think they... Okay, well, now Helaman is going over... Oh, he's trying to save fuel, I think. This is being listed as a heat race. One thing I will say is that I believe this race was supposed to be 35 laps, and it's being scheduled for 30 and 25. Now everyone's just kind of rolling around on the front straightaway. We're not green yet. Chris, please explain. If somebody who is tuning into the stream... yeah, Billy Rowley saying it's really not that complicated, guys. It's really not. You kind of just step on the gas and go. They are just sorting the order. Yeah, but didn't they do that like 5 laps ago? Alright, maybe we're gonna do it this time. Bye. Blake Cannon off turn number 4 is he gonna do anything? They're stacked up, ready to go, maybe? There we go, green flag is out and we are now underway racing in the feature race. Through 1 and 2, it's going to be Cannon getting away well over Helaman in second. Hannigan in third, going down towards turn number 3. Hannigan trying to get a run on the outside. It is Blake Cannon leading effectively lap 1.
Contact for 4th.
Here comes Helaman on the outside, trying to make a run at the race lead. He's going to have
the only thing I can guess is that these guys were trying to get it down to lap to 25 to go, maybe.
That might have been it, maybe. I'm not sure.
That's about I can imagine for what was happening, but...
Here we go. Rusty Kruger making a move early on. That is on Bryce Bailey, and he is going to inherit the 4th position. Kruger, one of the winners earlier in the week, now chasing after Mason Hannigan for 3rd. Meanwhile, they are battling behind. Kendall Tucker working his way through the field. Big gaggle of cars behind. It is still Blake Cannon leading away. Here comes Tucker up the inside of Kruger. Up the inside of New Halton. That is for 6th. Still trying to make up more spots, looking after Rusty Kruger in 5th. For the lead, Blake Cannon still leading away over David Helaman. Helaman's got a run, though. He's getting to the bumper, to the outside lane. Helaman trying to make a run off, too. Here he goes. He's going to have the momentum down the back straightaway. Hopping just a little bit off the wall, down to the inside. Not going to make the move work.
Oh, contact in the back. No wreck, no caution.
Everything's okay. They stay green. Rusty Kruger is up to 5th now. In front of him, Bryce Bailey trying to make the move on Mason Hannigan for 3rd. Bailey crossing him over down the front straightaway, trying to get to the inside. Isn't going to make it work. Now, here comes Helaman trying to get the lead. Bailey slides up in front of Hannigan. Hannigan crosses him over, back to the inside. Hannigan going to send it into 3. Meanwhile, here comes Helaman on the outside, trying to take the lead. He's going to get the run off 4. Coming to lap 14 now. Here comes David Helaman. Bailey has gotten in front of Hannigan behind. Helaman on the inside is going to try and take the lead away from Cannon. Cannon fighting back. Bailey up to 3rd. Kruger still in 5th. David Helaman to the race lead. Cannon's going to fight him back on the inside. About halfway through this race with Bryce Bailey gaining on the leaders. Hannigan trying to cross him over. Helaman trying to cross him over, but isn't going to get the run. Kruger now in the clutches of New Hoffman. Cannon has inherited the lead again. Now here comes Bailey trying to get 2nd from David Helaman.
Bailey looking 3 wide. Bailey looking outside. He's going to duck down low for the run.
Watch for Bailey here down the back.
Gotta
He's going to go to the outside.
outside goes Bailey.
Lifts off the
He's gonna
throttle a
be
little
blocked.
bit as they go towards turns 1 and 2. Here comes Bailey down the inside. Great move, but that's going to let
Aggressive
Cannon
slide,
cross him over.
3 wide for the lead.
Cannon slides up in front of Bailey. Helaman back to third. Now Hannigan trying to get third from Helaman as Helaman tries to get second from Bailey. As Bailey tries to get the lead from Cannon. Sliding through 1 and 2. That's going to let Hannigan close up to Bailey. 4 cars under a blink of the lead.
Tagged the wall there. Bailey may have tagged the wall there. Unsure if he did or not. I didn't have a great camera shot. Either way, Blake Cannon is still leading. Hillman looking to the inside, looking to take over. Not going to have the run.
Down
but
the
he's
back.
there.
Yeah, watch for Helaman. He's been able to make some pretty good moves on the inside. But especially a watch out for Bryce Bailey as he now goes to the outside of Helaman through turns 1 and 2. Ripping the fence is Bryce Bailey. Meanwhile, one driver who we're not seeing...
Into the wall goes Hillman.
Oh, Helaman with trouble. Yeah, he got into the outside wall. That's going to cost him momentum and promote Bailey up in a P2. Sliding off the corner behind, that is Newhoffen. Now he's going to have to slide up. Here's Cameron Merriman in the mix as well. 3 wide, this battle for 4th. Rusty Kruger on the outside. They're 3 wide again. Down the inside goes Merriman, trying to make the move on Kruger. Kruger going to get the run off the turn. Battling behind, Newhoffen up into 5th, trying to make the move around the outside of Merriman. Merriman trying to get around Kruger. Newhoffen with the move. Meanwhile, for the lead, Bailey closing in on Cannon. Crossover off 4. Here he goes to the inside.
He's going to clear him with the slide job.
To the lead goes Bailey, but into the wall he goes. Now Cannon's going to cross him over. We're coming up on 6 laps to go, at least in the heat, because I think we have one more set of races after this. Now, here comes Helaman on the outside of Cannon. Or sorry, of Bailey. Now to the inside. Helaman trying to make that move for second. Cannon hopping the cushion through 1 and 2. Here comes Bailey. Now on the inside is David Helaman. To the lead goes Helaman. This is some really good racing for the lead. 5 to go this time by. At least in the heat. I don't know if we're going to go racing again. Here comes Bailey, now trying to organize a move at the lead. They are 4 wide behind. Back to 3 wide. Newhoffen on the outside. A little bit of contact on the inside. 4 wide once again. That's going to let Hannigan slide around the outside for 6th. For the lead, it's Helaman getting away at the front, but Bailey is trying to track him back down. He's going to have 3 laps in this heat. I don't know if we're going to go racing again. It's still unclear to me. I haven't gotten a response from Chris. We're going to assume that this is for the win. Helaman's pulling away at the front. I don't know if anyone's actually going to be able to catch Helaman. He is looking like the class of the field. Battle for second. Now starting to jumble up. Bailey on the outside. Here comes Cannon. Coming with a slide job. Cutting down his entry and getting a good run on exit. Down the back straightaway, trying to get the spot on Bailey. Now, here comes Kruger, trying to get on the outside of Newhoffen. Hoffen on the inside. White flag waving, 1 lap to go. Here in the race, it's going to be David Helaman leading them through 3 and 4 for the final time. For all the glory, it'll be David Helaman coming off turn number 4 to pick up the win in the 3rd annual DOB Nationals. However, I am not certain if that is going to be the race win or if we're going to go back green one more time. At the moment, it's looking like David Helaman has won. Bryce Bailey second, Cannon third. But there might still be one more round of racing to survive. We'll see if the session is advanced. If not, that was just the start of the action. But what a battle that was.
We are as confused as you guys are at home, so
all right, so it looks like
coming up.
So yeah, it looks like they're going to do one more race of 25 laps. So Helaman may have won that race in a very good battle, might I add. So he's going to be one of the favorites for this one. However, he has one more round of races to survive. And forgive us for being confused. We were just not really sure. We didn't realize that there was going to be a first heat. We also didn't know why everyone was just riding around at pace speed for the first half of that race. But now, it is really the main event. We are going to be racing for 25 laps. Here we go. First, we have to give one more shout out to the race's sponsors, Lee Thomas Construction. Again, this whole event could not be put on without them. Huge thank you to them for sponsoring the DOB 410 Knoxville Nationals. Huge thank you to them. All this great racing wouldn't be possible without them. Now, the pace truck rolls off. We are going to go racing for 25 laps. The leader at the end of it is going to be the winner. And there you see it, the fireworks going off here at Knoxville. Shooting up into the sky in celebration of this incredible racing product we've seen all week long. This is going to be it. One driver is going to walk away with this with all the glory. Really, he's got the win. No one remembers who finished second. Everyone's going to remember who won this race. It's all going to come down to this. Helaman's going to have the advantage from starting on pole, but at this point, it is anybody's race. Tyler Schell as well, been one of the disappointments of the night. He is going to be lining up in 17th, and he has not made up much ground. David Helaman is going to be the one to watch. Strap yourselves in for the second time. I'm saying that we are going to be in for a good second half of this race. And by the way, I will say that I do appreciate everyone in the chat basically calling us out for being stupid. Forgive me, I had no idea that there was heat. Chris never told me about it, but we're rolling with it. It's gonna be. It is looking like a single file start. Pace truck is gonna make that left turn into the pit lane, and David Helaman from the pole is gonna stack him up and light him up. Green flag is out. We are underway, racing towards turn number 1. But the caution is out already. Crash towards the back. I believe it might have been Jesse Dacus. I don't know who it was, but a couple of drivers are already out of the race. Batista, Workman, and Wallenfelds. Never mind, Batista is still in it, but an early caution here at Knoxville.
John Kutz was also involved.
John Kutz.
I'm not sure what happened, because again, with the replay system. Yeah, and interestingly enough, Kendall Tucker is not racing. Kendall Tucker, he's up the track now, but for those of you who don't know, Kendall Tucker is one of our, I believe, 7 professional drivers.
Yeah, I think it's one. I know he's a professional. Quite good actually. I think he almost won the late models championship on iRacing. But yeah, he's one of the professional drivers in this field, and now I think he's gonna be. He's either going to be on the lead lap in last or laps down. So not good for Kendall Tucker.
And I believe Tucker also has a 8400 I rating.
An 8.4K I rating. That is nothing to scoff at. That is something you really, really got to work for.
And I believe he is the highest. That is the highest through the entire field. So,
yeah, I mean, I can't really find anyone with a higher I rating than that. Blake Cannon's got a pretty good one, 5.9K. No one really able to match Bailey's, though. Or, sorry, not Bailey's. Now I am completely forgetting his name. Tucker's, but unfortunately he's having some network issues.
Closest one seems to be everyone's favorite Tyler Schell, still almost 1,000 below, or 100 below, with a 7,400.
Alright, so we're going to go back green this time by pace truck is off, and David Helaman from the pole once again is going to stack him up and light him up. Green flag is back out, down towards turn number 1 they go. Take a look at this, already Nieuwhofen on the outside, taking advantage of that momentum that he's going to get, up to 5th already, towards turn number 3. Nieuwhofen on the outside, but here comes Edens on the outside as well. Trying to make something work up there, but it is not going to work. He falls back just a little bit. Meanwhile, Bryce Bailey is trying to get up to the bumper of David Helaman. Blake Cannon in the fight as well.
Helaman is pulling away, but behind him, they're anything but single file. A lot of double file racing, and some is 3 wide for...
Oh, here comes Rusty Kruger. Look at that run he's going to get on the outside. Big run by Kruger going down the back straightaway. He's going to take it all the way up to the fence. You see already how this track is really rubbered in. It's kind of slowing these guys down. He's got a big run on that outside lane, trying to make up some more positions. They're 3 wide in front of him. Back down to 2 wide. That's Cannon and Bailey as Helaman gets away at the front of the field. Here comes Rusty Kruger on the outside. Big run for him. We've been saying it a couple of times. Big gaggle of cars going down towards turn number 1. Kruger on the outside.
3 wide for third.
This is getting very intense back in the pack, but no one is able to get up to Helaman and challenge him for the lead. Slide job out of the 44 of Cannon. Going up the track and covering off the spot. Big gaggle of cars, 3, 4 wide through 1 and 2. Take a look at this. Here comes Kruger back on the outside. He's looking for a gap, just trying to make something work.
4 wide into turn number 3, and they're going to make it work.
Barely they're going to make it work.
Still more contact.
Yeah, they are really very close to wrecking. Rusty Kruger, he's been able to get pretty good runs on the outside, but he hasn't really been able to make up that many positions at the front. David Helaman pulling away to now a 2-second lead. That is the gap that Helaman has over the field.
Helaman is loving this behind him. All these guys, yeah, it's great racing at home. It's very entertaining, but they are slowing themselves down a ton, and that is only allowing Helaman to get further and further ahead.
We might have a new challenger now. Sorry, I messed up that sentence, but we might have a new challenger approaching the battle for the lead because New Hoffen, we know how fast he can be. Right now he's up to 2nd, and we'll see if he's able to maybe make any inroads on David Helaman as they are going 3 wide behind again, and around goes Rusty Kruger. Caution is out.
Kruger spins out.
2nd caution of the A main. And that is Rusty Kruger going around in turns 3 and 4. We'll take a look at a replay. He just sent it into the corner and made contact. And that looks like the 317 who was coming down the track. So that's Cameron Merriman, who was actually coming down the track. Really, that was just him running his line. Kruger kind of got in the way of his line, and he went spinning in 1 and 2. One more look at it here. We'll go on board with Kruger. You're going to see everyone making a lot of contact in front of him. He's using his tear-off there. You're going to see him sliding, and he can't really see the 317 of Merriman, who is just kind of going to come down the track and strike him. He's going to spin out in 1 and 2, and that is what brought out the caution. So now, this is actually going to give a big opportunity for the drivers who were behind David Helaman to actually make a charge of the lead here. Helaman right now waiting in 1 and 2. Oh, what's happening with Helaman? I think he might be waiting for the field to catch back up to him, but he is right now just stopped. Essentially stopped on the front straightaway. Lights are still on the pace car, so I think that might just be a weird scoring thing. They're going to go ahead and catch back up to him. Now the pace truck has gotten around him, so we will be able to have a proper restart this time by taking a look out of the front bumper of David Helaman. You see the lights are out on the pace truck, meaning we will go back green. And watch out for that number 8 of Cole Newhoffen, because this could be a big opportunity for him to try and make a charge at the race lead. We could have a whole new battle on our hands. Here we go. Pace truck is going to make that left turn into the pit lane, and Newhoffen is going to try and get the jump on Helaman. Pace truck is off, and Helaman is going to stack him up and light him up. Green flag is back out.
Pretty good restart there by Newhoffen. We're going to see what he can do. He's going to jump to the outside, try to get right off number 2, down the backstretch, and see if he cannot maybe...
Yeah, he was really straight on exit there. You saw that he wasn't really making much of a slide, but that's actually going to cost him a spot. Blake Cannon up to 2nd. Now Newhoffen back down the inside. He's going to make the pass work. He's a lot closer to Helaman than he was last run, but all this battling for 2nd is really going to check them up. Meanwhile, battle for 4th. Right now, James Eden's in control of it. I got to say, it really surprised me that the highest running pro driver is running in 4th. That speaks volumes to the quality of drivers that we have in this field. You're seeing Newhoffen trying to Tyler Shell it along that outside wall. on board with him. You see how bumpy that ride is against the cushion. But he's got to try and run down Helaman, and right now he is quite far back of him.
3 wide for second. Through the middle.
Oh, and James Edens is up in the mix as well, one of the pro drivers. He's going to hop to the outside on Cannon. Try and make that move work. He's going to make it work on the outside. 3 wide. Back down through the middle. Edens up to second.
Wide.
Oh, and they're teaming up and around they go. One car into the outside wall. That's Cardwell. Up and over, flying into turns 3 and 4. Caution is back out. And a hard hit for Hayden Cardwell, one of the other pro drivers in this field. He just got sent up and over in turns 1 and 2. Caution is back out. Oh my goodness, look at that. That is just a miserable hit. That was really bad. So we'll take a look at this.
I don't want to say anything, but look who has made his way up into 9th position.
Let me take a guess. Tyler Schell?
It is Tyler Schell.
All right, so take a look at this incident. Down the back straightaway, Blake Cannon was just kind of moving up the track. He just got into Cardwell. And Cardwell just got slammed into by whoever that was in front of Tyler Schell, up and over and sent flying through turns 3 and 4. Very, very hard hit for Hayden Cardwell. We're going to go ahead and go on board with him. You'll see it in 3 and 4 right here. Watch for Blake Cannon in that pink sprint car on the inside. He's going to move up the track, squeeze him into Neuhoffen. Around he goes, and at that point he gets flipped up and over and slammed into. And just sent flying a vicious, hellacious hit for Hayden Cardwell, bringing out the caution.
We are going green this time by, and word on Kendall Tucker. His wheel would not connect, so that is why he started on pit road.
Yeah, that's going to be hard.
And that is why he is a lap down. That is really unfortunate for Tucker. So, yep.
Yeah, you hate to make it this...
That is why Tucker is not in the contention for...
Yeah, you fight through all the mains, you fight through all the heats, just to be disappointed by a hardware failure, so... Yeah, I mean, it sucks for him, but unfortunately, that's just the way these things go sometimes. Alright, here we go. Helaman gonna lead them back down. He's gonna stack them up and light them up on the front straightaway. Back on the loud pedal goes that 149. We are back underway here at Knoxville.
9 laps to go. 9 laps to decide whether who's a winner.
Watch out for Edens as well. He's one of the pro drivers. He could definitely try and make some inroads here on Helaman. Helaman is gonna have...
Edens is there.
Yeah, I mean...
Into the wall, flying in the back is someone.
Oh, caution is back out again.
Caution is out.
And you were right, there was a crash on the back straightaway. That might have been John Cutts.
It was Bryce Bailey.
Oh,
the win in the
Bailey. Oh, and that is not good at all because he was one of the drivers in contention for the win earlier on, and now he's out of the race. Oh, and that is not good for Bryce Bailey. Just a similar situation, you know, you fight through your way through all the heats, all the mains, and in the end, you just get taken out. You hate to see it, but unfortunately, it's just the way the cookie crumbles. Watch that 2 of Bryce Bailey. Oh, he just hopped the cushion all on his own. Yeah, that was absolutely of his own doing. He just hopped the cushion, got hooked on the wall, and went flipping down the front straightaway. Had a little bit of a netcode issue, so we're not going to be able to see it there. But that is what ultimately took Bailey out of contention. You'll see it on board with him right here. Yeah, he's just going to hop the cushion in 3 and 4 and get sent up and over, bringing out the caution. It is out for the 3rd time in the A main. So this has been a very, very much exciting night of action so far, and we still have over 10 laps remaining, or just about 10 laps remaining. So this race is anything but over. Really do watch for the 52 of James Edens on this restart because he is going to be a threat to challenge for this race win. Blake Cannon as well. He's been kind of lagging back all night. Really hasn't been one of the favorites despite leading early on. Watch out for him. He could definitely make a charge at this lead as well. All right, Luke, what do you think we're going to see on this restart?
I am expecting. I don't know what we're gonna see, but I've got my money. I think it's just too little, too late for Tyler Shell. I think he's gonna make his way up into the top 5. I don't think he's got the win. Just too many cars, too little time. But I think that Edens is gonna win this race. Edens, whatever his name is.
Here we go. Green flag is back out. David Helaman going to lead them down towards turn number 1. Watch for that 52 behind. He's already got a run trying to take it to the outside. Here we go. For the race lead, James Eden's going to try and make the pass on the outside. Up the track goes Helaman. Now Eden's going to have a run down the inside. They're going to be side by side for the lead. This is going to be close.
6 laps to go. Almost contact.
Eden's on the
pinches him
inside.
down to the bottom. And Helaman's going to get the run off. Going to be 5 laps to go this time by.
Watch for Merriman as well. He's making up ground to the back end. Big crash on the in turns 1 and 2 into the inside wall. I believe that was Colton Davis. Never mind, that might have been Jeremy Zarfos. But we stay green. James Edens is all over the bumper of David Helaman, and I mean, I can speak from first-hand experience. It is basically impossible if you are not an absolute driving god to hold off one of these pro drivers. They're incredibly fast, incredibly good. That's why they're a pro driver in the first place. And here goes James Edens to the inside.
Slide job from Edens. He's going to slide up the track. He is clear. 3 laps to go. Does Helaman have anything else for Edens, or is that going to be it?
I like to believe he does. I mean, Helaman, he's the underdog in this race. We'd love to see a good underdog story. Is it going to be too little too late? Helaman ripping the cushion through 1 and 2.
2 laps to go.
Oh, he's really pushing. I think he could try and make something work here in the end. But I don't know, he might need a caution. This could be all over for David Helaman. James Edens going to lead the field to the white flag. 1 lap to go in the DOB Nationals. Sending it in a run is David Helaman.
A lot of ground that lap. Running the bottom through 3 and 4. He's getting a lot. He's going to have to really send it this corner.
Not going to make it. James Edens off turns 3 and 4. One of the pro drivers in this race is going to get it done. James Edens has won the 3rd annual DOB Nationals after beating David Helaman in the dying moments of the race. It is James Edens coming out on top of it all. He has done it. The DOB Nationals belong to him. After a week's worth of preliminaries and last chance qualifiers, the driver who comes out on top of it all is James Edens. He is going to burn it down on the front straightaway. Congratulations to him.
Heartbreak there for Helaman. He led every lap of that race. He led almost every lap of that race. He led many of the laps in the heat race, and he's going to come up 3 laps short. But honestly, as you said, holding off professional drivers is probably the hardest thing you can do in iRacing.
You're going to see James Edens try and park it in victory lane. That number 52 has done it. And, I mean, you got to wonder, I mean, for being a pro driver, how much do you think this win is going to mean to him? There he goes, parking it right in victory lane is the driver of the number 52, James Edens. I mean, congratulations to him. He was clearly the best driver all night. He has done it in Knoxville. Man, I gotta say, a week's worth of racing, a week's worth of preliminaries, last chance qualifiers, I think it was all worth it in the end. That was some of the best racing that I have ever seen. Huge props to James Edens for getting it done in the end. He may be a pro driver, but that was no easy feat. You were actually right about Tyler Shell, by the way. He was able to work his way all the way up into 5th. No further than that. James Edens wins. We are going to cut away for just a moment, and we will be right back with as many post-race interviews as we can do. Don't go anywhere because the DOB Nationals on TMG return right after this. And joining us now in the TMG broadcast booth is second place finisher David Heilman. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to interview the winner, James Edens. However, David, it was a very good night for you. You were pretty much the dominant factor for most of that race. In the end, James Edens was able to edge you out. What was the difference there between you two?
He just got the starting back and run different lines. We just wanted to be ahead at the halfway point, and that's what we did, but we knew other guys were going to be coming. But then Kendall missed the grid or something, and I know he always comes once it's black slick on the bottom. So I was like, all right, maybe we got a little something, but I really didn't. Once there was that yellow with whatever to go, I was like, screw it. Really didn't expect much after that. And then, just came home second. I wish we could have started 11th and just ran other lines instead. Instead, we started second, so go ahead.
Do you think that there was anything else that you maybe would have been able to do to try and hold him off there at the end?
No, we felt so good after the first segment. We didn't want to tighten our car up too much, and probably could have done a little more in that department to help us there in those last 10 or laps or whatever. But we really liked the top of 3 and 4, but we didn't want to leave ourselves open. I mean, it felt good when I ran it like under yellow, but and kind of in 1 and 2 is just an unknown. But that's just the penalty of being out front, and it is what it is.
Anyone else you'd like to thank for the result tonight?
Yeah, it's all guys over at Slick, and you guys for bringing on Chris Roberts. Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for joining us, David. Sucks that you weren't able to compete there for the win at the end, but still a very, very impressive result. Update, actually, on the situation about James Edens. We will now be able to interview him, so we're going to go ahead and bring him up into the broadcast booth. That is not the right person. There we go. Hey, James, this is Jonathan up in the TMG broadcast booth. You copy?
Yes, sir.
So, you were able to get it done there at the end. You were able to edge out David Heilman. You are a pro driver on iRacing. How does this win stack up against some of the other things that you've done on this sim?
We had a really good field of cars. I say, it felt just like another pro race, really. That's the good thing about these events. We get a lot of the pro guys running, and then a lot of the guys that aren't able to run the series that are good too. So, it's a good strength of field, and it always feels good to get a win here.
So, throughout that first half of the race, before the halfway caution, or I guess the halfway break, you ran a relatively quiet race. You weren't really up there in the mix. What were you thinking after that first half?
The first half was just about survival. We started, mid-pack, and, just hopefully we could pick off a few spots to get ourselves, into a better starting position for when the track slicked off. And, I feel like we really come alive. So, that was the plan, and it worked out.
In the end, you were able to get the race win. What do you think was the difference between you and the field?
Just at the end, I found a line, about half a car off the cushion there, coming off the corners that really, gave me a lot of speed down the straightaway. And, unfortunately, he was, still going all the way up to it. So, that's pretty much all it was. And, that's sometimes the rough part about being the leader. You don't know, when the track changes.
Anyone else you'd like to thank for the result tonight?
Yeah, just gotta thank Speed Lab and all our sponsors, K1 Race Gear, Bell Helmets, HMS Motorsport, South Bay Partners, and then shout out to Down Under Graphics for the Knoxville car.
All right, well, huge congratulations to you. Congratulations on your win. We're going to go ahead and send you back. And next up, we can go ahead and bring up Cameron Merriman, who was able to finish in 3rd position. Hold on. There we go. Cam, this is Jonathan up in the TMG broadcast booth. You copy?
Indeed.
So, Cam, in the end, you were able to come home in 3rd place. What do you think was the difference between you and those top 2 drivers?
I think at the end it was real estate. I really screwed the pooch at the end of the first segment, dropped like 6 cars, 6 positions before the end of the race, and that put me in really bad track position to start that one. I think I started lined up 12th, and by the time I was able to make my way around and get into 3rd, Edens and Highland had a solid second over me, and I think by that point the track had burned out a lot of the delta that you can make up on somebody. At that point you're really fighting for a 10th or maybe 2. So when you're down a second, it's tough to make that up. But honestly, it looked like James had keyed in on the line that I found, and so there was like no way I was going to be able to make up the time at the end of the day anyway. Great run by him, and I was just hoping for another caution so we get a green light check it or something to make it exciting. But I'm happy with that. Able to come back from mid pack against a strong group of folks, so that was a lot of fun.
Do you think that maybe given the track position at the end, say maybe a caution came out, do you think that maybe you would have been able to fight for the win?
It's hard to say whether you'd be able to win, right? But the interesting thing about a green white checkered is, you end up compromising people's lines and fighting for the real estate. When you're just trying to chase somebody down, when they've got car lengths on you and you're coming from behind, they can take whatever line you want. The thing about the green white checkered that makes it interesting is you can put your car there and compromise their line and maybe be able to fight for more than just a tenth or two. So that's just wishful thinking. At the end, if I wanted to make a shot there, I needed to be able to make the time up in those last few laps, and wasn't able to find the line. I'm not even sure where it was. Kendall Tucker had so much success in the last couple nights working the bottom, and just the way that the track wore in tonight, going straight into the main, people were vying for the fastest line like right off the bat. We didn't get the whole rigmarole of the heat races, then the consolation races to change the development of the track. So I think the bottom went away quite rapidly, and Kendall Tucker wasn't able to quite find the speed on the bottom, even though he did have a snafu with lining up. But either way, the lines developed in interesting ways and unpredictable ways, and that's why you found like little strips of moisture randomly placed throughout the track, and so you end up kind of chasing the car around just to find a little bit of speed.
Anyone else you'd like to thank for the result tonight?
Sure, Chris Roberts for putting this whole thing on, and you guys here at TMG for broadcasting. Appreciate it, and it's cool to be able to reach out to friends and family and get them to show the great race that we put on and that Chris sponsored. So it's awesome. Thanks for putting it on. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, you guys definitely put on a really good show. Congratulations on your third place finish. I'm going to go ahead and send you back. I got to say, that's a really good analysis by Cameron Merriman about kind of how the lines evolved. You don't really hear that too often from the drivers, but that I got to say, that's one of the most in-depth analysis that I've heard. So huge shout out to him for going that in-depth. Anyways, we're going to cut away for just a moment. We're going to be right back with your full race results, and then we are going to be signing off for the final time in the DOB Nationals. So yeah, we're going to be right back. And we're back live here on TMG. We're going to bring you the full race results in just a moment. Right there, you see the driver who just took home the grand prize. Right there, James Edens. I mean, he drove an incredible race. I think he absolutely deserved the win. Huge props to him for joining, and huge props to him for giving us the interview. Really cool, actually, that we were able to interview not only 2, but I think 3 pro drivers, if we're going to count Tyler Schell from last night. So, pretty cool that we got to do that on TMG. But anyways, all that aside, I gotta say, this week, broadcasting has been some of the most fun I've had in a while. I mean, really, it was just a ton of fun. I can't really think of a better, I don't know. What I'm trying to say is huge thank you to Chris Roberts for allowing us to do this, and huge thank you to all the drivers who put on such a great show. On the left side of your screen there, you can see your full race results. Edens wins over Hilleman, Merriman, Cannon, Shell, Steinck, Hardy, I forgot already. Newhoffen, Batista, Davis, Cabri, Zarfos, Dixon, Hannigan, Sansone, Kruger, Dacus, Zagers, Cutts, Davis, Tucker, Cardwell, Bailey, Stoltz, Workman, and Sean Jr. I mean, again, huge thank you to every driver who decided to come out and race. Huge thank you to Chris Roberts for allowing us to put this on, and huge thank you to Lee Thomas Construction for sponsoring the whole thing. it's been a really fun week. Luke, what are your kind of final thoughts on the series before we cut away?
Oh man, what a race! What a week! I will admit it. I'm definitely not the biggest dirt guy. I have a newfound passion in sprint car racing. That was some of the best racing I've seen throughout my life, and a huge huge shout out to everyone in that race who's not a professional, who was able to not only like race with them, but in fact beat some of them. So, even if you weren't there, if you made it in the A main, making it to the A main was a treat in itself. And so everyone who made it to the A main, everyone in this race did an amazing job. I really, other than maybe a few too many wrecks in some of the race earlier tonight, I don't have hardly any complaints throughout any of the racing all week. It's been great racing. It's been great fun. And I have enjoyed every second of it.
Honestly, I have to say the same. I know right now David Heelman's probably feeling a little bit dejected, not too happy with himself, but I mean, that shouldn't be the case at all. He drove an absolutely incredible race. He was able to stick it with James Edens and beat most of the professional drivers out there. I mean, I gotta say, incredible race, incredible job by David to be able to hang it with the professionals. In the end, I think that this class of drivers, some of the best that I want to say that I've ever seen on iRacing. We had a good mix of professionals, A-class guys, even C-class guys who were able to stick it up there with the professionals. Yeah, all I gotta say is huge props to them. Yeah, I don't really have too much else to say, so we're going to be signing out here in just a moment. But before we do, I actually do want to check something out. So the strength of field in this race, I can now confirm, is 4K. So that just kind of goes to show it's an extremely strong field, an extremely strong class of drivers, and definitely a good opportunity for a lot of these amateur guys to kind of prove to these bigger teams on iRacing that, hey, maybe they deserve a shot at trying to make it pro. But in any case, this has been the DOB Nationals on TMG. Thank you all so much for joining us along for the ride, but until next time, this is Jonathan Oates and Luke Breitschoff. We'll be signing out in just a moment. First, I just remembered, tomorrow is going to be the Classic Truck Challenge season finale from South Boston. Then Tuesday, it'll be the Street Stock Series finale, I believe also from South Boston. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I am going to update you guys on that. Also, keep a lookout. Next week sometime, I'm going to be uploading a highlights video of all the best moments from the racing this week. There's going to be a lot of them. It's going to be hard to narrow them down. But yeah, this has been Jonathan Oates and Luke Breitschoff. We're going to be signing out. Luke, any last things to say?
Once again, a huge shout out to everyone who put this together. Thank you for giving me and Jonathan an opportunity to broadcast this. Thank you for everyone who participated in the races you've made. You've made my week. I don't know about yours. My week has been made by this. It's been a great week of racing, and yeah, I've had a lot of fun, and I think that's going to do it for me.
Yeah. That'll do it for me as well. Kind of sad to see, this whole series come to an end. But in the end, I think that while we were covering it, some of the best racing we've ever seen. All right, this is Jonathan Oates and Luke Breitschoff signing out. We'll see you all next time. Bye.